Happy afternoon, everybody. I wanted to talk today about your sphere of influence. So, as new agents, right, your book of business is not built yet. You don't have a bunch of clients that you've have in your pipeline that you've worked with before, that you've proven that you can do this job. And so, working with your sphere of influence is your first step to getting there. Now, some agents just choose to buy leads and not work with their sphere of influence. And that's fine too. You can do that. But for any of us who don't have a bunch of money right up front as we're starting our real estate career, working your sphere of influence is going to be your best way to either get business or get referrals for business. So I wanted to talk about first, what the heck is your sphere of influence, right? So you'll also hear it referred to as SOI, right? Sphere of influence, SOI. And it's not just your family and friends who are in town, right? It's former classmates. It's your neighbors, both current neighbors or past neighbors. Okay. It's your former coworkers and your colleagues. It's your service providers you use. It's your dentist and your people that work at the gym and your hairstylist, right? It's all of these people who you have touch points with in your life. It's people from church, it's people from any clubs. Maybe your kids are in sports. It's any social media connections that you have. You know, that one friend that you always see on social media, but you don't really see in person, and that's when you interact with them. That's your sphere of influence, right? So it's anybody that knows you outside of your job, right? Of your real estate job. That's what your sphere of influence is. Now, it can be kind of scary sometimes to go to these people and be like, "Hey, please, sir, may I have your business? I know you know me, and we might have a good relationship, but I would really like your business. Will you give it to me?" So don't do that, right? The whole goal with your sphere of influence is to get them to know that you're in real estate and give your name out to others, right? That's your goal. You're hitting this group of people that already knows you as a person and is willing to give out your name to others who are looking for them. Okay? It's almost like a multi-level marketing scheme, right? Where you're the person on top and you're touching all your sphere of influence and they're touching all their sphere of influence. And eventually business comes from all of that. Okay. This is really good for two reasons, which I touched on at the beginning. Um, when people trust you, they want to do business with you, number one, which is why we talk about a sphere of influence, because they usually trust us at that point. I would say if there's anybody in your sphere of influence that you know doesn't trust you, maybe don't ask them for business. That might not be a good idea. But it also costs less money. It might cost you a little more time, but it will cost you less money in the long run, when you're talking to your sphere of influence that you already know. Your biggest competition in this industry is not other agents. Your biggest competition is being forgotten. Oh, hey, I forgot you were in real estate. That's right. That's why I listed my house with this other guy, right? Your biggest competition is being forgotten. And this is where agents don't always work their sphere of influence. And then they get hurt when their clients list with someone else or buy with someone else. And it's not because that person who's in your sphere doesn't like you, doesn't trust you, doesn't know you. It's because they forgot. They forgot you were in real estate because you yourself didn't remind them enough, right? Which, don't think of that as being annoying because you're not going to every social event going, "Hey, do you have anybody who needs real estate help? Hey, do you know anything about real estate? Hey, I just showed this house yesterday and I just did this thing yesterday in real estate and this real estate thing and this real estate thing." It's as easy as just wearing, oh wait, other side, this side. It's as easy as just wearing the branding, right? Just when you're talking to somebody, say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it to that thing. I'm actually showing a house to a buyer." It's not sitting there and gloating about talking about real estate every single time. It's those little pieces that are sprinkled in just to remind people that you're in real estate. But as new agents, what do you need to do to start that process, right? The first thing I want to challenge all of you guys to do is write down 100 names. Okay? Just 100 of them. They don't have to be in your market. They don't have to be your neighbor next door, but 100 names, whether you know their first name or their last name. Maybe it's your hairstylist and you don't know what her last name is. That could be. Write down her first name. Okay? I want you to get 100 names. Go look on your Facebook. Go scroll through your phone contacts. See who you can find, right? 100 names. Then once you get those 100 names, I want you to fill in the following information as much as you can right up front. Their full name, first and last, their phone number, and their email address. Now, if you're looking from your phone, you probably have all of those things right there, right? And then I also want you to add a note about your relationship. Who is this person to you, right? Okay. This is the very start of your database, of your sphere of influence, of your contact that you want to manage. Okay, that's where I want you to start. Start with 100. And if you don't know 100, if you don't have 100, go start talking to people. If you never have gotten your hair done in your life, like me, I don't go and get my hair done. I cut mine myself because I'm weird that way. If I don't know 100 people on my list, I'm going to get my nails done or my hair done. I'm going to be go joining a group, right? I'm going to go to more of my kids' events and actually talk to people. If you don't have 100 is your base. You can run a fantastic business just through your sphere of influence with 100 names. So that's your first step. Okay. Once you have those people, those 100 names, you can, what a lot of agents do is they'll just do a social media post, right? I'm in real estate now. Oh, congratulations. Good for you. And then they forget, right? Then the sphere of influence forgets. They're like, oh, they started in real estate. Great. What I want you to do is I want you to put these 100 contacts into your contact management system. We use Back at You, right? There's a bunch of videos and Bay Bites on how to do that. And I want you to call 5 of those people every day or email them. If you only have their email address and you're looking to get more of their contact information, then email them and ask, hey, I don't have your number. I just got into real estate. And we're talking about our sphere of influence and making sure that we have connection with the people in our lives. And so I was wondering if I could have your number just in case I need to call you. I know you have this wonderful house on Eagle Lake. And just in case I have a buyer, I want to be able to contact you if I have that, right? You don't have to, you don't have to pressure. What you need to do is remind them that you're in real estate or announce for the first time that you're in real estate. Um, Start your first 5 people should be the closest people to you in your sphere. Your mom, your best friend, your old boss, right? Because you can practice. People are probably people who talk to you on a regular basis, and they will be the ones who are going to give your name out because they talk to you all the time anyway, right? And so just practice on them. Yeah. And it's super easy. Hey, Rachel, I haven't talked to you for a while. It's Katie. How are you? Wait for them to answer and then talk to them about how they are. What's going on in your life? Yeah, well, they will inevitably ask, what's going on in your life? And that's when you make the introduction, right? Well, actually, I just took a really big jump in my career and I started in real estate. So I just jumped on with this company called Coldwell Banker Crown Realtors. And it's going pretty well. I'm really excited, but it's kind of scary. And you can see I'm talking to a friend, right? I'm not trying to sound overly professional. I'm not asking them for business. I'm just reminding or announcing. Actually, this is what I did. And then ask them for a new agent. I know you've bought and sold homes before. Do you have any tips of things that I should do or shouldn't do as I'm building this business? And wait for them to answer. Now, some of the things that they tell you are not going to be something that you can implement in your business, but some of them are. And then you can understand what your sphere of influence wants out of their real estate agent, right? Some real estate agents don't communicate at all. Biggest pet peeve of my life. Communicate. We have these all the time. I know you're on it. Just text me back. Okay. Maybe that's their biggest pet peeve. So then you need to make sure that on your list, you're going to be a really good communicator and whatever that means, right? Maybe you want to do handwritten notes. You see somebody's birthday come across, right? Um, and you write them a note. Hey, happy birthday. Hope everything's going well. How many times do we get handwritten notes anymore? Not much. They mean a lot, right? You can shoot a text. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a really long time. Hey, Brian, I haven't talked to you in a really long time. Do you remember that time that we lost our shoes on the highway in high school? I was just thinking about that the other day. See if they say anything. See if they message back. To Brian that I was just referencing, I haven't talked to him probably 15 years. And if I sent him that message, he would definitely message me back and be like, "Oh my God, I forgot about that." And then you get into a conversation. And then it gets into what are you doing with your life? And that's when you can announce this is what you're going to be doing with your sphere of influence, right? With your 5 calls a day. And the more people you call, your cadence with them is going to be a little different depending on who they are to you in your group, right? Just keep going, and it'll get really easy. Okay. Once you've done your announcement, so we've done our 100 people, right? We've done our 5 calls a day. Once you've done those announcements, you need to be remembered. So consistency is key to reach out to these people on a regular basis, right? Just announcing it the first time is how people forget you're in real estate. They hear it one time. People need to hear things 7 times before they remember. So phone calls are the best. Okay. Handwritten notes are a second. Some kind of social media engagement, you engaging with them, not them engaging with you, you engaging with them, right? Posting on their thing. Oh my gosh, you have a beautiful family. It's a gorgeous picture, right? Interact, actually interact. Just a like is not going to do it. Actually interact if you're going to use social media stuff. You could ask them as part of your announcement that you are setting up a newsletter. I'm setting up a newsletter that's really for our area specifically. I was wondering if you would be interested in getting it so that you can know what properties are going to be on the market or what the market's doing now versus later. Or maybe your email newsletter is going to be community events around town. Do you want to be a part of that? Maybe it's an email newsletter that you're going to this is one of my favorites. We as real estate agents have a lot of freedom with our time. We don't have to be in an office 9 to 5. Well, I do. You don't, right? We don't have to be in an office. We're not stuck sitting behind a computer. And so pop by. If you know somebody's home or you see something cute that you know somebody would have liked, right? I saw Brian's old shoes that he lost on the highway when we were in high school. And I saw them at a thrift store, so I pick them up for $2 and I drop them on his porch with a little note saying, "Oh, just thought you might since you lost your ones way back then." You have to know your relationship with these people to do this, right? I would not recommend doing that with your hairstylist, right? That would be weird. But you have to know your relationship. So maybe a Popeye is something. But even a pop by with your hairstylist, like that can be as easy as, hey, I was in town and I remember that you had mentioned that you like York peppermint patties. So I picked you up some. Hope you have a wonderful day. Don't even have to talk about real estate because I'm wearing my real estate, right? Here's another thing that you can do is you can host an event, right? Holiday event and invite if you already host holiday events for your family, invite your neighbors. You don't know if they got something going on. Invite those five people you talked to yesterday from your sphere of influence. You don't know if they got something going on, right? Puts you in their memory, makes them remember you're in real estate. The common rule of practice is the rule of 33, is that you should touch each person in your database 33 times throughout the year. But that means that's a mix of all of those things that I just listed, the phone calls, the handwritten notes, the social media, the emails, the pop-bys, the events, right? So it sounds like a lot in one sitting. It's 33 times per person, and you have 100 people. That's 3,300 times you're talking to these people. But if you think about a social media engagement where you're commenting on a photo, how many of those can you get done in a day, right? You can easily find 100 if they're on social media and do those. And if you're making those 5 phone calls a day throughout your whole SOI, your sphere of influence, you're going to hit those 33 times, right? The goal is not to be annoying, right? Not to say, don't forget, I'm in real estate. Don't forget, I'm in real estate. Don't forget, I'm in real estate. Oh, by the way, I'm in real estate. Because then people are not going to want to talk to you anymore. That's annoying, right? It needs to be, it needs to be a little organic, right? It needs to be genuine. That is the biggest piece. If there is someone that you have put on your sphere of influence list of 100 people that you don't like, you don't want to talk to, take them off your list. Because can you really be genuine with that, with your sphere of influence? Your sphere of influence and how you interact with them is different than the leads that you get from being on floor duty in the office. They're different than the leads that you're going to get, right? Your interaction with them is going to be different. And so it has to be as genuine as possible. Otherwise don't do it. Okay? You should always have some kind of monthly touch with all of your people, right? We talked about 33 times that you should be reaching out to people. A really great way is a holiday card of your family, right? Everybody Nobody sends out holiday cards anymore. And to get one, I know I love them when I actually get a holiday card because I may get four instead of getting 500 that I used to. And that's a really good piece that you can use when you're calling and getting these people, more of these people's information, right? When you're filling out your database, you can call and say, hey, I want to send out holiday cards again because nobody does it anymore. And I don't have your address. Do you mind giving me your address? And then it's little things that you can do your monthly touch ideas, right? Any spring market updates, because that's when people start looking for real estate in our area. A random check and call. Hey, how are you? You had told me last time that your son was really struggling in school. How's that been going? It's been a couple months. Is he good? Is there anything I can do to help? I'm so happy that he's gotten better. I'm so happy he's gotten the help. Have you tried this thing instead? Does this work? Right? You could do back to school tips. You can do 4th of July things. Little notes from Thanksgiving. I used to do this to my sphere of influence because I didn't send out holiday cards, even though I now love getting them. I didn't send them out, but I did send out a Thanksgiving note and just talked about what I was grateful for that person. And sometimes it was silly, right? Sometimes it was based on some kind of joke we had before. Like one of them, I had said that I was grateful for his coiffed hair because it made my day every time I saw it. Because I used to tease him about how much time he spent on his hair. Because as you can see, I don't spend any time on mine. Sometimes it's that easy, right? Your goal is to get your name into your sphere of influence and associate it with real estate as best you can without being annoying. You need to be genuine. You shouldn't be pushy. Okay. What I used to say all the time when people would ask me, I would wait for them to ask me about real estate. Hey, how's the market? Oh, it's great, right? Or it's terrible, or this is what's happening. Hey, I just showed a home the other day, or I just listed this property, or I'm trying to do a CMA on this super unique property, and it's got this and that and the other thing, and it's been really difficult to find comparable properties, right? Everybody talks about work. Everybody talks about work. So you're just talking about your work. Um, and then I would always say, as a joke, if you ever want to buy or sell, or if you know of anybody, give them my name, right? And if it's your sphere of influence, you have that different type of relationship with, and that's your personality. That's also part of it. That can go over really well. They go, yeah, yeah, all right, Katie, I will. Or it turns into, well, actually, I was talking to Rebecca the other day, and we are kind of interested in looking at what our house is worth. Could you do that for us? Cha-ching! I'm in the door for somebody that might not have remembered me if I didn't talk, if I didn't wear the brand, right? Another great idea of just touching your sphere of influence is sending out the sports schedules and those little stupid magnets because nobody does those anymore. And it has your name on it and your face on it, but then it actually has sports information. So anybody that you know that likes sports, it's always great. When I stopped sending them out when I moved into management, I got calls from my sphere where I'm waiting for this football thing and I missed a football game because you usually send these out. Where is it? And I would tell them that they would have to go find another real estate agent who was nice enough to send that to them. So even those things that you don't think matter, they do matter. Try to be helpful as much as you can. That's all we can do, right? And if I fully believe that if you help the people in your sphere, they will help you, whether it's personally or through your business. If you take care of your people, they will take care of you. That is one of the things that I live by. Because when I stopped worrying about getting the leads and I started worrying about helping people, the money came all by itself. Change your mindset, change your life. Okay. Here's another thing that you can do as you're talking to your sphere. Hey, James, listen, I've just started in real estate, right? I just started in real estate. We talked about that before, but I don't have a lot of experience doing market analyses on homes in our area. Like they taught us how to do it in school and whatever, but I really want like a boots on the ground. Do you mind if I come over and do a free market analysis for for your house so that I can practice? Watch how many people say, absolutely. Of course you can. Maybe they don't live in the area, right? Maybe they've moved away. So you ask them, do you know of anybody who's in town that would be interested in me doing a free one just so I can practice? They don't have to be selling or buying, right? I need practice. I need an actual home to be able to practice on so I can make sure I'm doing this right. That's easy. Here's another piece. Be a connector. Connect them to vendors, plumbers, construction workers, handymen. Can I tell you how hard it is for people to find handymen who will do the small little projects and not build a brand new house? If you have any kind of those connections, use them and offer them, right? The other thing that you can do is share real estate news that affects them personally. There's a home that gets listed on the lake that your friend lives on, right? Call them up. Hey, did you see that house on Potato Lake that just got listed? Yeah, it's right down the street from you. Do you want me to send you what they have online for it? That's it. No ask for business, right? No, do you know anybody else who wants to sell in the area? None of that. Just reminding them that you're in real estate and that you have your finger on the pulse of real estate. Hey, I know you live in this area. Did you see this one? Well, I'll let you know when it sells and I'll let you know what it sells for, right? Talking to your sphere of influence does not have to be hard, does not have to be forced, and shouldn't be. It should be as genuine as possible. So if you talk to one of your people in your sphere of influence in a different way than what you would talk to someone who walked in to the office, like we all have a customer service voice, right? My friends don't hear my customer service voice and they make fun of me when they do. So don't talk to them in your customer service voice. Talk to them in your normal voice and how you normally talk to them. Your goal is to build those relationships and make sure they remember you're in real estate. Part of that is following up. Don't let them forget, right? Okay. Here's one of my favorite quotes, and I don't even know who said it, if it was at a CE class that I was at or Gen Blue, I can't remember. Anyway, it's your sphere of influence is not a list of people to sell to. You're not selling yourself to them. It's a community of people to serve. Serve them well, stay top of mind, and the business will come. I'm not kidding. This changed my business. This mindset changed my business. And hopefully, it will do the same thing for you. You're not being annoying. You're trying to serve them. And we have the unique ability to be independent contractors to be able to serve them. Oh, your neighbor can't pick up their kids from school because they're stuck at work. Guess who can, right? Okay. Your first step in getting your sphere of influence together is write down those 100 names. Then your second step is filling out your contact management system. Get their full name, their telephone number, and their email address. If you want to start sending them mail, you should probably get their physical address too, right? Then make your social announcement. Hey, I'm in real estate, everybody. Now, the fun thing is Crown Realtors already puts one on their socials. Just share it. You don't even have to make one your own. Make it easy. Just share it. Okay. Then start making those 5 calls. 5 calls with your 100 people. That's it. Ask them what they would want in a good real estate agent. You're trying to build your business. You're brand new. Don't be scared of that piece, right? You're brand new. You know that other people have had experiences with real estate agents before. What can you do different to be better? They'll tell you. And now you've reminded them you're in real estate and maybe they have something that you can help them with. And you've gotten an idea on how to be better in your business. Like it's a win-win-win. Okay. Those are the things that you need to get done. And we'll see next week if anybody's able to get those done and how it's been going. Because the first step is not to make it perfect. The first step is to make it exist. So make your 100 sphere of influence contacts exist first. Put them down on paper. Okay. That's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, you can always give me a call. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.